Hey, I don't know what happened. No clue. No clue what happened, but the stream just ended. I don't know. It was the weirdest thing. But here we are. Listen, I was just about to end this as well. I was literally just about to end the show, and that happened. So I do apologize for that. YouTuber archive looks like you did come back, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened there. I was streaming, and everything went black. I was just doing my stream, and everything done went black. Checked what was going on, and the stream was stream was over. So I do apologize about that. Unbelievable montages. Not sure what happened there, but I think I know what you mean with him dealing with so many situations during that scene. Oh, right. I guess that's why I put that as the thumbnail, because we were talking about Uncut Gems. Right when the show ended, I don't know. It just cut abruptly, but yeah, that scene in the film where he is he's in his office. Spoilers for Uncut Gems if you haven't seen it, but he's in his office after he gets punched in the face, after the auction, after he loses the gem, and he goes in his office and he starts crying. He starts breaking down because nothing is going right for him. And finally, Julia comes in, and like I said, his mistress, she comes in, and she, Howard, what's wrong, Howard? And he's just like, nothing's ever going right, and this scene is probably the best performance Adam Sandler's given in any film ever. But B, I love the scene because just the energy that just comes off of it. And he's just literally breaking down, and he's crying and all this, and the buzzer rings. And he has security cameras so he could see who's there. And and he looks out, he just turns his head, and the way he goes, who the fuck? Or he goes like, what the fuck? Or something like that. The way he does that, just it's the best thing I've ever seen. It's one of the best things I've ever seen. Just that moment, I love it. I love it. It's such a great moment, and it's one of the best moments in that movie. It is the best moment of that movie. I think it's terrific. And I think actually the guy who was at the door was the guy he gave the fake Rolex to, that he owed money to. He said, "Here, take this, go cash it in for like 15 G's or something." And he was at the door, and it was like, and then it was like, this fucking guy. I can't do it. Unbelievable montages. I think Howard as a character has more quotable lines. Oh yeah, absolutely. But I like him more as a character because he is more likable. You want to like Howard Ratner. You do. Even though he's kind of doing some questionable things, Adam Sandler brings such a presence to it, and such a life to it, and such a vibe to it that you want to care about Howard Ratner. And yeah, so I thought that part of it was great. But yeah, I mean, Uncut Gems or Good Time, I'm picking Uncut Gems because I think it's more of a rewatchable movie. And even by the way it ends, which it is kind of a bummer to me because I love the characters so much. It's kind of a bummer how it ends. But still, you can go rewatch it and just go on that journey with him. Like, I think it's terrific. Unbelievable montages. Yeah, Patton's character, I think, is a lot worse. He's just a really disgusting person. Shows a lot more on rewatch, too, with how he manipulates people he crosses through his day and night. Yeah, listen, spoilers for Good Time if you haven't seen it. I just thought the movie was sort of... By the end of it, I just thought it was sort of underwhelming, and I feel like it was a little... I just didn't get anything from it, really. I mean, sure, it was kind of tension filled and there was a lot of suspense, but unlike Uncut Gems, where you're actually kind of rooting for Howard Ratner, which I was anyway, uh, I was rooting for Robert Pattinson's character, but at the same time I wasn't, because obviously Robert Pattinson's character is such a bad influence on his brother, who clearly has a disability. Uh, Robert Pattinson's character is so wrong for him, and he shouldn't be his guardian or whatever. But yet, you don't get the full backstory, but something happened with the brother's grandmother, and I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't know who they live with. The mother, the grandmother, I don't know. Because on the one scene, Robert Pattinson's character tries to call the mother and says, "Come pick us up." And the mother says, "No, it's too late," or something. It's too early, or that's crazy. So I don't know if they live with the mother or the grandmother, or they just live alone. I don't quite remember that. I think it ended nice because you see his brother finally connecting with a group that's similar to him. Yeah, I mean, sure, but the brother was a side character in the whole film, really. If you think about it, I mean, sure, it's a nice sentiment, but the movie is about Robert Pattinson's character trying to get his brother back. I mean, they do this robbery, it goes wrong, and the brother gets caught. Robert Pattinson doesn't. Finds out what hospital he's in or what prison he's in. He has to get the bail money. So he basically, the whole night, he's trying to get this bail money. But first, he tries to break him out of the prison, or break him out of the hospital when he realizes he's in a hospital. Jonathan G. 123, the giveaway actually already happened in the show. This is just part 2 of the show because the stream ended unexpectedly. So I'm just kind of wrapping up here with some final thoughts, ending up the conversation we were having in the full show and the full stream. So the giveaways did already happen. But yeah, Jonathan G 123. I don't recall your username. I don't really recognize you. So if you're new, please hit that subscribe button, and it does really help. And come in next time for next Wednesday, and definitely pop into the show for some giveaways then. But okay, so let's see. JSK didn't like the extra Marshall affair for Howard Ratner, even though Julia Fox is gorgeous. Well, yeah, but listen, that's just another one of the things that give the character flaws. I mean, he's not a perfect guy. Not saying that I support having an affair. He's a married man. Not saying that I support that. But saying that this character, is doing that doesn't mean that I'm not. Just because I wouldn't do it doesn't mean that I'm gonna just say, okay, well, that's a character flaw that I just don't like. No, it's something that I like to see evolve on screen and see how it's given to me. And I thought that Julia Fox was great, and I thought that, I like their dynamic, and obviously they met at work, or maybe he met her outside of work and then brought her into the job. I don't know, but yeah, I like that. I was a fan of that flaw of his, of that character. So he's really not a perfect guy, but he's still very likable, very rootable. You want to root for him. Unbelievable montages. I think was the grandmother. Their goal was to steal a bunch of money and escape to the woods in Virginia. Even though that's probably a stupid idea, like why would you want to live in the woods in Virginia? That's just the idea is stupid to me personally. So I didn't really care, and I didn't care about the characters either. I mean, sure, the brother is disabled, but I feel like that is guilt tripping me into liking him. Like, because he's disabled, I should already like him, I guess. And if you don't, you're kind of a scumbag. So they kind of suck you into it. But other than that, I don't know. I didn't feel like there was anything really to engage yourself in other than the entertainment value of it, which I thought was very entertaining. But I mean, Robert Pattinson's character is a scumbag, and when he does get sent to prison, you don't really feel bad for him because you know he deserves it. You know, which is always hard when you're watching a movie and you have to follow a prick, really, and a guy you can't root for and a guy you really shouldn't root for. It's hard when you tiptoe on that fine line. I mean, either you're going to root for him or you're not. And I guess the case for Howard Ratner, I fall in the case of I root for him, mainly because of Adam Sandler and his performance, uh, and the dialogue too, just the direction and everything. But for Robert Pattinson, sure, you see that he has that bond for his brother, but that's really the only likable trait that he has, you know? I mean, obviously he's over the age of 18. He realizes this girl's 16 years old. He says that she looks older, and when he sees his face on TV as a wanted man, to distract the girl, he could have really done anything else to distract her. But he decides to kiss her, pick her up, and take this 16-year-old minor to the bed. And, I mean, they didn't do anything, but you know for a fact if that guy didn't start screaming in the other room, they would have. And that's just a little too much for me, you know? Unbelievable Montage just says, yeah, that scene was really creepy. Yeah, it was. It was just not something that, I don't know, like this guy is so much of a douchebag that just to distract this girl from seeing your face on the TV as a wanted man, that's the first thing that comes to his mind. Not throw something in the TV, not jump up and get in front of her. Anything. That's the first thing you do. It's just it's hard to. It's just that's very extreme, and I just that's just a character trait and a flaw that is. I don't know. There's a fine line in the sand, and I think that kind of went over it a little bit. I just don't think they should have wrote it like that, But one thing I really love about Good Time is how raw it feels. Yeah, it feels really raw, but so does Uncut Gems, I mean, I'm not trying to convince you that Uncut Gems is a better film. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just telling you my opinion. I think that was the point for me. Safdie bros like to make films about very flawed characters, sort of like After Hours. Yeah, sure. They're extremely flawed. But then again, you have to root for this person. You're going with this person the whole entire film. So you have to put things in there that makes you want to watch them, And when you do something like that, it kind of doesn't help, Where with a love affair, I can let pass. If it's executed right. But there's no way you could execute correctly an adult man having sex with a minor. There's no way that you could do that correctly. You just can't. There's no way in a story or anything that's acceptable. For me, anyway. They hired so many first-time actors who are real police officers, real hospital patients, real criminals. ETC. Yeah, look it. There's no doubt that the movie feels raw. I'd give it like a 4 out of 5, maybe 3.5 or 4. It just feels natural throughout the whole film. Yeah, 100%. You're right, but I don't know. There's just certain things, and that part of it's not the main reason why I didn't love it. It's just by the end of the film, you don't feel any. I mean, are you supposed to feel like good that he went to jail? Which you do, but I don't know. It just I don't know because it kind of was pointless the whole movie in a way because he never got his brother out of the hospital. He got another guy on accident. So you'd imagine that the brother just healed and then was sent to a program because they even said that we don't think you had as much to do with this as you really say you did or whatever. So so I don't know. It was just I don't know. Unbelievable Montage. Uncut Gems is a 4.5 out of 5 for me. I sometimes want to give it a 10. It's a 5 out of 5 for me. Uncut Gems is a solid 5 out of 5 for me. I'll recommend that movie to anybody. Not just because of the pace, not just because of Adam Sandler and his performance, but when I watch that movie, I don't see Adam Sandler. I see Howard Ratner. How rare is it that you remember a character's first and last name? For me, anyway. I don't watch a movie every day for the first time or second time and say, "Oh, yep, that's Sandy Jiggins." "Oh, that's Teddy Steve." I don't do that. The first name maybe, but Howard Ratner is just I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I think it's an incredible movie. Oh yeah. Buddy Drews was absolutely great in Good Time. Don't know who that is. Don't know who that is. I did miss some of your chats, I think. I did miss some of them. There's actually a music video that shows what would have happened if they escaped. Salagi Pop song, music video, The Pure and the Damned. But that's not canon. It's like fan fiction almost, because it never really happened. I think I like Pattinson's performance more because of how unrecognizable he was. He was really amazing in that scene when he bleached his hair. Just a really creepy and uncomfortable performance. I mean, sure he was. I think he was recognizable. I just think the accent made him unrecognizable, which he was really good with the accent, by the way. Let's see. If you didn't know, he was a regular at Rikers Island before he was hired by Safdie's. Yeah, I don't know who Buddy Duress is. Let me see. Oh, that guy. He played the guy that he accidentally broke out of the hospital. Yeah. Hey Chance, how you doing, my friend? We're just getting out of here really shortly. Really shortly. The whole show is over. The only reason why I'm doing a part 2 here really quick is because the stream ended unexpectedly. So I just wanted to come in here and do a proper ending, I guess. Unbelievable Montages wasn't just the accent for me. He felt like a real homeless person. It's a very physical, demanding performance. Buddy Dress was the guy who mistaken for his brother. Yeah. The Lighthouse is my favorite Pattinson performance, though. Chance Badley says awful. What's awful, Chance? Hope you're having a good day, buddy. Hope you're well. Can't wait to hang out with you again, my friend. Hopefully all this nonsense comes to a close soon. We can get together. But you're right about that. He did feel like a real homeless person. And yeah, Buddy Dress, yeah, he's the guy that he accidentally broke out and mistaken for his brother. But The Lighthouse is my favorite Pattinson performance. Honestly, I think Good Time might be my favorite Pattinson performance. I think it's the most physically demanding. I think The Lighthouse is just a little too artsy for me. There's just not a lot about it that wants me to rewatch it, But let me look. Robert Pattinson. Let me look at his performances. I'll tell you my favorite Pattinson performance right now. The Rover, he was great in The Rover. Uh, Good Time is Good Time is probably his best performance. I mean, Good Time is his best performance. But I mean, hey, he, I mean, his first feature film, believe it or not, it's a trivia question. I'm going to give away the answer to, but his first feature film was actually Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire in 2005. He played Cedric Diggory, and he was great as Cedric Diggory. You know, he fit right into the Harry Potter world. Chancey said, "I want this whole Floyd thing to be over with. I also wish I was over there watching movies with you." Yeah, man. Hey, we'll do it soon, all right? But yeah, this stuff that's going on in the world right now, we just got to sit tight and hope that things just, subside. Unbelievable montages. The Lighthouse felt similar to The Shining for me. Some explanations here and there, but a lot to interpret for you to believe what's real and what's not real. Good Time is the breakout role for Pattinson for me. Yeah, absolutely. His career was dying before Good Time, and it really showed he's a real actor in Good Time. Yeah, Good Time I think is his best performance. And The Lighthouse felt like The Shining to you, huh? I I would probably disagree with that. I don't think I would compare the two, simply because The Shining is called The Shining for a reason. I mean, that the boy's ability and this man's ability that the boy meets there at the hotel is the ability to shine. Where you kind of get more into that in Doctor Sleep, but in The Lighthouse, it's not like it's called the Prometheus story, because that's what everybody says. The Prometheus history of Prometheus, whatever. That's what the movie's about. That's what it means. It's all Prometheus. Listen, that's a totally different conversation, but The Lighthouse doesn't work for me because I don't go to a movie I don't go to a movie for a history lesson. And B, just because I don't know what the hell the movie is actually about historically, it's not my fault. It's the movie's fault. Because you're sitting there thinking, well, what the hell was that about? What just happened? And you don't get those explanations. You don't. And and then what? You're supposed to Google, history, Prometheus. If the director came straight out and said, yeah, that's what this movie's about, that's the story, I still would think it's kind of BS, because it's just, things don't play out like that. It's totally not realistic for me. It's just so ridiculous. In terms of how the horror is executed, like The Lighthouse uses sound similar to The Shining, it also uses quick and jump cuts similar to The Shining. Yeah, it's similar in that way, but I mean, I just think they I don't know. Chancey says, I can't say anything here because I've never seen any of these movies except The Shining. Unbelievable montages. Yeah, The Lighthouse does require some knowledge on Greek mythology. Yeah, and I think that's BS. That's like people that watched Rogue One, A Star Wars Story. Let's use that. The canon novel Catalyst takes place before Rogue One and introduces you to Orson Krennic. It introduces you to a lot of characters like Galen Erso and all that from the opening of the movie. Rogue One, you could watch that movie and not have read that book. But if you read the book, it's a little more like, oh, here's some more information. Here's some backstory. You still can watch the movie and be okay without reading that book. But the thing is, with The Lighthouse, you can't just watch that movie without knowing any of that Greek mythology. Because after you watch it, it's going to be pushed down your throat, like, oh, that's what it's about, Greek mythology. And the casual moviegoer, how are they supposed to know that? because I can guarantee that a lot of people don't know what the hell is going on in Greek mythology. Maybe they might know some names, but they don't know what the hell. You know, I didn't. So when I watched that movie, I just think I'm on an acid trip the whole time. You know? I mean, I don't need to watch dudes masturbate because they're lonely, and then somebody see a mermaid or something. I don't know. It was just too ridiculous for me. Unbelievable montage is the one scene that makes me really love Patton's performance to the lighthouse through what he did to that seagull. LOL, completely unexpected. But yeah, but what was the point of it? Like, I thought it was I literally thought it was a little too over the top. Kill it, sure, but why are you beating it to death? Like, I just don't understand it. I didn't understand it. You know, I that was not something that I thought was good about the performance. I thought that was a question to Robert Eggers' direction. And my question is why? Why is he? Why did it? Like, he really went to town on that damn seagull. And it just felt unnecessary to me. Yeah, I had to look up what it was about after I saw it. It's still a really great psychological horror thriller for me. Well, hey, I'm happy for you. Just the experience of it was intense and reminded me the first time I saw The Shining in theaters. Hey, that's the beauty of film. You know, I'm not going to tell you you're wrong. I'm just going to tell you I just disagree. Chancey says you shouldn't leave X to another source so you can fully consume X. You shouldn't leave X to another source so you can fully consume X. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. 100%. But, alright, listen, we've been doing this part 2 for about 30 minutes now, and it's just the three of us. So, we're going to come to a close here. We're going to end this bad boy up. If anybody watches this up on the channel, just as a repeat viewing, thanks for watching the show before. It means a lot. I know I didn't get to say that before because the damn show ended unexpectedly, which never happened before. Unbelievable montages, but I can understand your reasonings why it didn't work for you. Well, I'm glad you can, but hey, if it worked for you, that's... I don't understand it, but hey, I'm happy. I'm happy for you. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this. Chance, my friend, thanks for popping in. I'll probably be doing another gaming stream within the next couple days. I guess Star Wars Battlefront 2 is the free game of the month, so hey, might as well run around and have some fun with it. But yeah, that's about it for me. Thanks so much for watching, and yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Over now.